Now we implement our comments and replies. Uh, the first thing we need to do to get this started is to create our comments table. So uh, let's go to markdown.sql and then let's just copy this query for creating our comments table. So we're going to go back to phpMyAdmin. Be sure you're inside our database, and then here we're going to paste this. Okay, so we have ID, primary key is auto increment. We have parent ID, we have null for top level comments, and then ID of the parent comment for replies. We have post ID, we have name, we have comment. I'm going to add email. I'm going to add email. So although we're not going to be displaying the email of the user, but then it helps to add email in the event that you have a user who is maybe spamming other users. You can just send an email warning such user. So let's call that not null, like that. Okay, so I think we should be set with this, and then I'm going to click go. Now we have a comments table. Now we can check our structure. So parent ID, post ID, name, email, comments, created hat. Okay, so after that, let's go back to our application. Inside the blog view page. So this blog view page is displaying our blogs by their ID. So this is ID 7. If you go down here, you see this comment form. Don't worry about this 3 comments for now. We're going to handle this later on. We also see some placeholder comments here, but our focus is for now is this comment form. Now if you look at the navbar, this login button, you realize I'm not logged in at the minute. This is not a good user experience because remember we said we only want authenticated users to comment and reply on our application. So any user that is not logged in should not see this form. And then another thing is these 2 inputs, we have to make them hidden because we shouldn't be asking our users for their name and email when they write comments. We should be able to dynamically populate the comment table with the name and the email that they registered with. So we're going to handle this as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make these 2 fields, these input fields, hidden. So to do that, I'm going to go to blog view, and then here, what is the comment section? Okay, comment section. This is the comment form. So I'm going to make this hidden, and since it's hidden, we don't need a placeholder. I don't think we need this required flag because we're not going to be taking inputs from users. We're going to be dynamically displaying those fields, and then need to take this away as well. So if I save this, and then I refresh. Sure enough, those two input fields are hidden. Now the next thing is to ensure that only authenticated users, only logging in users see this form. And then to handle that, okay, so here I'm going to write some PHP code to handle that. Let me say if is set. Now remember we set a session variable logged in, and session logged in is equals to true. Then now remember when we implemented login, we set this session variables, so that's what we're using. We're using this logged in session. So block view.php. So if this is true, then we want to display this form. Else php else, what do we want to do? We want to do let's have p tag here and say please log in to add comments, and then let's have an anchor tag. This goes to login.php, and then here we can have login like that, and then we have to end our if statement. So php end if like that. Let me put space there. So if I save this, if this works, then the form should not display because I'm not logged in. Okay, so now we have please log in to add comments, and then this should take us to our login page. So I'm going to log in so as to redisplay this form, and so I'm going to log in. We had John Doe, so let's have John Doe at gmail.com, and then the password. Now we're logged in. Okay, when we log in, we get directed to index.php. The other time I was in, where was I? I was here. So let's go back there. Well, regardless of anyone I click on, so I just want to keep things consistent. So now we have this. Don't worry about this for now. We're going to handle this later. So the next thing we need to do is to implement our comment form. So let's go back to our code. So here we have to undo this comment form. What are we expecting in our database? In our comment table, we're expecting parent ID, post ID, name, email, comment. We're expecting these fields, so we're going to handle that in our form. So let's get to it. Here we're going to set a name attribute. So let's set that to name. It's hidden, so which means our users are not required to enter the value of this. So which means we have to dynamically populate the value of the name variable here. And what better way to do that than to use this user session, so we can get our user details from that user session. For as long as our users are logged in, we can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to initialize some variables here in the event that we might need them in subsequent code that we're going to be writing. So I'm going to do uname. I'm going to set that to empty string. Then I'm going to do uemail. I'm going to set that to empty string for now. And then I'm going to check for session. Say if is set what is it, session logged in, and then session logged in is equals to true. Then I'm going to set the values of these variables. So this is going to be session user. I'm going to get a username like that. And then for the uemail, that's a session, then user email. So this is users username email. So let's go back to comments. Okay, so now I can make use of username in our comments form. So this is uname. We also want email, so name is email. Then the value is going to be email. Okay, we also want post ID, so this should be hidden as well. Remember, inside our comments table we have this post ID column, so we're going to handle that. So name post ID, and then the value PHP, and then this should be post. Remember our post variable, this one, post. Okay, now we can get the ID of our post ID. So this post ID is the post ID field here, post ID. Okay, so let's go back here. We also need parent ID, so let's undo that. That also has to be hidden. Input hidden, name equals parent ID, so the value is going to be set to empty string. Remember, we are storing null for top level comments, and then what is it, the ID of the comment is going to be the ID of our replies. That is the ID of the parent comment. But then for the top level comments, parent ID is going to be null. So the value is set to empty string. What else do we need here? Okay, for the comments, we have name is equals to comment. Okay, so this is required. We don't need required here, so it should be populated anyway. So what else? I'm going to set a name attribute for our button, because I want what should I call it? Post. No, I'm going to call this submit comment. And then I need to do the same for reply as well. So where's our reply form? Okay, I think I have named submit reply here already. So the next thing for us to do is to implement. So here we should have an action, and then method, it should be post. Okay, so we have to undo the script for this action attribute. So to do that, I'm going to create inside PHP, I'm going to create a file. Let's call that post. No, I'm going to call it undo comments.php, and then here we're going to have PHP like that. We need our config file, so let's have require once config.php, this one. And then in event that we run into any kind of error, so let's add this to the top of our script. So init set you can say display errors, and set the value to 1. Then we can do init set display startup errors, and set the value to 1 as well. Now we can do error reporting. Then the error level is going to be all like that. I'm hiding these because sometimes in PHP you just get a blank page, you know. Hopefully this displays some kind of information for debugging, to help us debug our code in the event that we run into some kind of error. So we would also like to throw exceptions on our database. So to do that, then this is great. I'm going to do MySQL report, and then in here we can do MySQL error report, and then MySQL what am I doing? MySQL wow, interesting. MySQL okay, report strict. So with this we can throw exception on so let me just add a comment here. So this ensure MySQL throws exception. So in the event that we got any kind of error related to our database, we can handle that with this. So the next thing is to implement this if server request method is equals to post. So we're sending a post request to the server, and then it set let's get our post for what is it called? Submit comment. That's for this one. What is it? Our comment form. So submit comment, that's the name of our submit comment button. So if that is set, or is set, this is for reply button, post, then this is submit reply. So if this is true, then we can do try catch, not here. You can do try catch finally, but then I'm going to handle try block first. So let's process our form inputs. We can do username here, and then we set that to, let's trim it, and then post. The name attribute name is name here, or empty string. So the next one is email. So let's trim that as well, and then we can have what is it called, post, and then email. This default to empty string in event that something mysterious happens. Okay, so what next? Let's have comment trim, post, then comment. Okay, so what's the next thing? We will need post ID, so let's have post ID, which is a trim. No, we don't need to trim this. Is post ID, so that's post. Okay, now I'm getting my spelling wrong. Post. So post. So this should be post ID. This, what is it? Post ID name. Okay. Let's go back here, and then this defaults to null. Okay. Now for a parent ID, we're going to run a ternary operator to check some condition. So if how should I handle this? If parent ID is not empty, parent ID, if this is not empty, and okay, so we have this is numeric method, it's numeric epoch function that PHP gave us to check the numeric value of an input. So or the numeric type of an input. So here we have post, parent ID. So if parent ID is not empty and parent ID is of numeric type, then let's have a parent ID as integer type. So we store this as integer. So that's going to be for our replies. So this is parent ID or null, which is for our top level comments. Remember, this script is going to handle our comment and reply. Okay. What else do I need to handle here? Now I need to write. Okay, let's handle some validation first. So if if the name is empty, username if it's empty, or empty, comment, or post ID empty, post ID, then we can say throw new exception, then let's pass our message, error, name, comment, and post ID. Okay, post ID are required, like that. So then let's write our SQL query. So SQL equals insert into comments. So what do we want to insert? Let's have post ID, parent ID, name, email, comment, and then for our values, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Now we can prepare a statement. So this is statement, which is now our connection object from our configure file. So this is going to be prepare, and then we're going to pass SQL here. So then we need to bind param statement, bind param. So post ID is integer, parent ID is integer, name is string, email is string, comment is string, like that. Now we need to pass our variables, post ID, parent ID, did we have username, email, then comment. Okay, now we need to execute this statement, execute, like that. Okay, so having done that, we need to handle some exceptions. Let's redirect. So header, location. So when we succeed, we can go to block view.php. Then we set the ID to, okay, so this is not what I want. Double quotes. So we can set the ID to post ID, and then let's set the status to success, and then let's exit. Now let's handle our first exception. It's going to be MySQL SQL exception, and then the error. So we can have error log, This sends an error to our server. Then our message, validation error. Let's concatenate get message. And what else? Let's die, and then get message. Okay. Do we need to die here? Let's die here, just invent. Now what else? Let's header, location. Let's break out of here. So let's go to block view. So 2 places. We're inside PHP, so we have to break out of there to go back to block view. So block view.php, then we set the ID to post ID, and then status is going to be error, and then we exit. What else? Let's have another exception, catch exception, and then here let's have error log. Just gonna copy this. So this is error from our database. This is going to be error related to our logic. So which means I handled this wrongly. This should have been DB error. Good. So this is validation error. Get message. Now finally we can do if is set. If our statement is set, we want to close our statement. Close. Okay. And then here we can close our connection object as well. Close. Okay. So hopefully this script works and we don't get an error. But then if you got an error, you're going to work through it together. So I'm going to save this, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to blockview.php, and then I'm going to pass our script inside our comment form. So this action is going to reference the script we just wrote. So it's inside PHP handle comments.php. The method is post. I think we have everything set up. Hidden parent ID, comments, submit comment. Okay, so I'm going to save all, and then fingers crossed. Let's go to our application, and then I'm going to refresh this, and then here I'm going to write. So I'm logging at John Doe. Here I'm going to write web design is fun. Thanks for sharing. Okay, fingers crossed. Let's click submit. Okay, now we have an error here. It says uncut error, call to undefined function init set. Okay, so my bad, that is from me. So this shouldn't have been in it should have been ini. So save, and then let's try to resubmit. Continue. Okay, so we get the status success, so which means we are able to submit our comment. So let's go to our database. If we refresh, and then we check comments, so now we have web design is fun, thanks for sharing. So we have our comments set up. Let's go back here. So we've successfully submitted our comments. Let's go back to blogview.php. What else are we going to be handling? So we have not, maybe we should handle displaying comments. So this is where we're going to be displaying our comments. This should boot up a reply form. Okay. So we're going to get into these later on. Boot up a reply form like that. Okay. So we should also have a reply here. But we're going to handle that. What else are we going to do? We have to display our comments, obviously. These are our... So let's look at our placeholder. Which one do I use? Okay. You know what? I'm going to implement this. Okay, let's create another script, another file here. Let's call that comment.php. And then here we can write some script on how to display our comments. So the first thing we want to do is we want to build comment tree, because we're expecting a tree of comments. So we want to build comment tree. So let's have a function here, function build comment tree. And then what is it called? Let's have an array of comments. So I have elements. Let's have parents. No, something is wrong here. So let's have parent ID. Let's set this to null. Okay. ID. Let's set this to null. So this function is going to build our comment tree, because we're going to have, our comment. We're going to take a tree-like structure. Comments, reply, on and on like that. It just goes. So our comment is going to have our comments are going to have branches, because we don't know how many users are going to comment. So let's set the branch to empty array for now, and then we can say for each element as element what do we want to do? Then we can say if element if the parent ID of our comment element is the parent ID that we set. Okay, so remember we set this parent ID to no, so this should be for top level comments anyway. So then we can do children. So this is variable. We set this children variable to, now we're doing recursion. We have to invoke this function inside this function, and then we pass, what is it called? We pass element, and then we pass element ID. So that's the comment ID of the comments. Okay, so this is what we have here, and then we can say if children then we have element children equals children. Otherwise, we can set our branch, which is element ID, and then we set that to element. Okay, and then we have to return this branch. Okay, so let's return this branch. Return branch. We've populated this branch here, set it to our element. Okay, so this is going to build our comment tree. We're going to, let's have another function for fetching comments. Plug my laptop. Okay, so let's have another function for fetching comments. So we can do function fetch comments, and then here, okay, I don't think we need to require our connection object here, since we're not going to be invoking this function inside this file. So let's have connection, and then let's have post ID, because we're going to be fetching comments based on post ID. Okay, so here, what do we want to do? Let's have all comments. Set this to an empty array, and then we're going to write a SQL for fetching our comment from our database. So let's have a SQL, and then we can do select all from comments, select all from comments, where post ID is equals to what the query we sent, and then we order by created it. Let's have ascending here. Okay, and then let's have a prepare statement, which is a connection prepare. Now we have to pass our SQL query here. Sorry. All right, so we can bind param from our statement. Bind param, and then we're querying with a post ID. So post ID, and then we have to execute our statement. Execute. Then let's get result. Result equals to statement get results, like that. Okay, before we return, let's do this check. Y row equals result. So this is fetch associative array. Then let's populate our all comments array. So we set it to the row. We set it to our associative array. Okay. And then we have to return all comments. We also have to figure a way to handle this. What is it? This number of comments. So to do that, let's have a function here. Function, call our name, and then we can pass a variable here, parameter, and then we can say if var is less than 2, then we say return comment. Else return comments, like that. So let's go back to our blog view.php, and then we have to use these functions that we wrote. So let's go back to blog view.php, and then the first thing we need to do is here, remember we're trying to display our comments, then we can do comment. Okay, we have to include our comment file. So this is php, and then comment.php. Okay, so comment is going to be, we have to invoke this function fetch comments. Is expecting two inputs, two arguments, the connection object and the post ID. So here, so our connection object, we're able to get it from this config file. And then the next one is our post ID. Our post ID is the ID that we're getting from our URL. So we're just going to pass that here, ID. Okay. Now we need to use our build comment tree. So to do that, we can come here and then we can do comment tree. Then we can build comment tree, and then we can pass this comment here. Remember the second parameter here has been set to default value null. So unless we wish to override that, which I'm not interested in doing. So this is comment, and then now what I want to do is I want to write a function that is going to display our comments. So I think that is going to look much cleaner compared to if I were just to write some kind of PHP condition here to render comments and reply. So we're inside this comment section section. This is for what is it called? This is for handling our comment form, which is working at the minute. So I think I should first undo this. This comment title, I think I should first undo this. So let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna do count. So I'm gonna use the PHP global function count. Then I'm going to do okay. Count. So this is coming from PHP count. Then I'm going to pass comments here. So this is going to count comments. Then just concatenate. Now I'm going to use this this name function to handle the singular and plural. So if we have comments less than 2, we're going to get comments, otherwise we get comments. So block view, and then here I'm going to pass name, so I'm going to invoke that, and then here I'm going to count comment, like that. Okay, fingers crossed. If this works, then we should get one comment inside our browser. So here, if I refresh, okay, now I have an issue. Syntax error, unexpected token, comment.php, line 7. Okay, so where are we? Comment.php, line 7, unexpected token. I don't see the issue here. Oh, sorry. Crap, what is this? So let me refresh. Okay, so what do we have here? Now we have one comment, so that is working. Now we have to display our comments here. Comments, reply, okay. So let's do that. Let's go back to our code, blockview.php. I'm going to write a function up here. That function is going to recursively display our comments so that down here where we have a comment list, so down here we just invoke that function so that we won't have to do conditional rendering here to display the comments and then display the reply. Remember, if you pay attention here, you realize that this has a comment list, and then we have the comment item and then reply list here. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this later on, but I'm just going to write this display comment recursive function. So we're going to undo this one after the other. So here, let's write this function display comment recursive. Naming is hard, forgive me. So I'm going to pass an array of comments here. Okay, now I'm going to loop through our array. So for each comment has comment, eventually this is going to become comment tree, but let's just go through it. Now I have to echo, so let's go down. This is our comment section. This is the form for posting our comments. So this is comment list. Inside the comment list, we're going to invoke that display recursive comment. So I have to use this div because this div is the comment item. It's the div that holds our comment and then our reply. So I'm going to get this comment item. Okay, so now let's go up here. I'm going to do echo div so this has class comment item. I have to close this div as well, so after div echo div like that. Okay, so that's the first thing I need to handle. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. Okay, I'm missing semicolon here. Okay, after that, let's go down. So that's our comment item div, this one. Okay, so there are two here. I'm just going to delete this second one because I don't need the second one. This reply button, do I have it up here? Reply button form. Okay, I have it, so I'm good. Just need to delete this. So we have one comment item. Okay, good. So I've echoed this parent div. The next thing is for me to echo this p tag. which has class of a comment author. So I'm gonna do uh, let me go back up, and then here I'm going to do echo then I'm going to paste what I have here. Okay, so here I want to get the comment author. So to do that, what should I do? I'm going to need a strong tag here. Strong. Okay. So then I can concatenate HTML special characters. Then I need to pass the comment. That's name. Where are we? Name. Okay. So, and then let this thing breed. Space. And then here, space. Okay. And then strong. Good. So that should handle that. The next one is the comment body. I think I'm just going to copy and paste this. But then what class does it have down here, the comment body? Okay, it has comment body class. Okay, so I'm just going to go up here and I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it down here. So this has comment body as the class. There's one more thing I would like to do here, just for formatting. Copy N1 to BR, and then do this and then paste back. So this is going to be comment, since that's the comment body. Okay, the next one is what? The next one is the comment date. Okay, so I'm going to handle that here. I'm still going to copy. Okay, I don't need a strong tag here, so let me delete this strong tag. Strong. Okay, and then since I'm not going to be needing this strong tag anymore, so let me just copy this and then paste it for the comment date. So class should be comment date, and then here we're going to pass the date PHP date function, and then in here let's format this M day, year, and then comma. For the timestamp, let's have string to time, and then in here we can pass comment and then created at like that. Okay, I think that should do it. Now if we go down here, you realize that after this comment date, the next thing is the reply button, and then we have this reply form. So what I'm going to do is just like we didn't expose our comment form for unauthenticated users, we also should ensure that only users that are logged in can access this reply form. So we have to undo that up here so that we can do, so here we can do if is set session logged in, right? Logged in. So if this is set, then that's when we want to echo that reply button. So let me copy this button. Where's the button? Okay, this button. I'm going to copy this button. I'm going to echo it up there. There are a couple of things we want to handle here, but I'm not going to get into that yet. Maybe the next video when we handle reply, I'm going to do that. So here we can do echo, and then here paste. Okay, like that. So if that's the case, we can echo that. There are other things for the reply form, for instance. What is a reply form? I'm not going to display that now because I'm not going to handle reply in this video. I don't want this video to be longer than it should be. So when we get back, the next video, we're going to handle that. So if you're logged in, then you should see this reply button. Else then we should have what is it? Let's echo. Okay, let's echo an anchor tag. And then this anchor tag should have an href. And you should go to login.php. Let's give it a class. Call it small link. Okay. And then here we can do login to reply. Okay, login to reply. Okay, I'm looking for a way out of this. Because my thing is there a way I can handle this without breaking this. Okay. This reply list, I have to figure a way to handle it. So then I'm going to come back to this form later. So, okay. Let's go up here. So if you're not logged in, you get this. Okay. And then I can do if is set. So if our comment has children, comment children, and it's not empty, comment children. Okay, and then we can do echo. We have to echo this reply list. Where is it? This. Copy. And then echo, paste, reply list. Okay. I have to close it. Echo div like that. And then here we have to do display. So this is recursion now. Display comment recursive. Then we pass the children of the comment. The children of the comment here. Okay. This should work. Another thing is this reply list, comment item reply, comment item reply. I have to figure a way to undo that up there. In display comment recursive, let's display comment recursive, comment item. Okay. Let's go down and then let's see whether we can display our comments. So everything should be inside comment list. Okay. And then we can say, where is comment list? Here. Is there a way I can comment this out for now so that if I need it later, I can just get it? Okay, good. So I've commented that out. So inside our comment list, you can have a PHP here. Then we can have PHP. Then we can have a conditional statement, say if our comment tree is not empty, comment tree. Where is our comment tree? This one that we calling our build comment tree on. Okay, so if that's not empty, what do we want to do? We want to display recursive comments. Display comment recursive. and then we can pass commentary here. Else, what do we want to do? We can echo. Let's echo. Let's have a p tag here. P, come on. Then we can say, let's have class. Let's call this text muted. Okay, and then we can say be the first to comment on this post. Okay guys, fingers crossed. If this works, then we should be able to display our comments. Then we'll come back and handle our replies. Then this video is getting longer than I would have hoped for. So let's go here. So it says we have one comment. Alright, let's see. Okay, so syntax error, unexpected token, block view 46. What have I done wrong here? 46. Okay, sorry about that here. So let me save. I didn't include the semicolon there. Okay, so let's see whether we can display our comments. It says be the first to comment on this post, which means our comment is not quite displaying. Let me see what I might have done wrong. Display comments recursive. Comment, okay. So here we're saying if commentary is not empty, display comments recursive commentary. Else, so I think the issue is inside our display comments are recursive. So if this is not empty, so we have to check commentary and then display comments recursive. Okay, let's go up and see. For our commentary, we are invoking this function build commentary. Okay, and then we are we're using that as our input in display comments recursive. So let's look at build commentary first. Inside comments, in event that we run, maybe there's an issue there. Build commentary. There's array of elements. Parent ID set to null. Okay. And then we have this branch. Then we say for each element as element, if element parent ID of element. I'm sorry, I think this is the issue. It's because this is conditional. This is boolean, supposed to be double equals to, not 1. Okay. And let's go back to our browser. Okay, so there's an issue here. It says, so we're able to get John Doe. There's a uncut error, call to undefined function. Okay, I think that's my bad. So I'm coming, let's go to blogview.php 30. Blogview.php 30. Let's go there. Blogview.php. What am I doing wrong? HTML special character. This. Am I? Is it hell? I think I've forgotten what this is supposed to be doing. Echo body. Okay, let me remove this for now. And let's see whether we get it. Okay, so web design is fun. Thanks for sharing. Okay, so we're able to display our comments, which is good progress. So when we come back for the next video, we'll handle our reply, because I don't want this video to just go long and long. So guys, I'll see you in the next video.